Make everybody crazy with all these crazy live videos that I'm doing today and random different chats that I'm doing today, that I'm not doing one continuous stream, but I'm doing like multiple streams at once. And I'm telling you, everybody, there's a method to my madness to doing it this way versus doing it another way. And why I'm doing it this way, because of organization skills, damn organization skills. And I'm going to let people allow them to jump on this chat versus the other chat, because I ended the court cards and I'm going to just ramble on to the queens. We're just going to move it on because that's what I have available in my notes. We've got it available. I've already done the queens as well, the Queen of Pentacles as well as part of my notes. And I am just kind of trucking on because that's how I roll it. That's how I do it. And I'm just doing these multiple chats and things like that for open-ended conversations and stuff for organization. And if people wanted to, and if they're not part of the chat, they can leave comments down below. Comments down below will help. If you have questions later or you have less questions now, you just put it in save all questions after the chat. If I have moderators around, you know the routine. You're going to have to catch them trolls because I am not going to be able to stop while I'm talking. Unless it's just me, I'll just kind of handle it as I go. As we're going, we're moving forward. We're just going to just keep trucking, moving forward, because I am just getting these things knocked out of the ballpark. I don't know when I'll have my next videos up. I don't know when I will be having a lot of free time like I have now. So I don't know when I will have all this open time on my hands. So that's kind of why I'm doing all this now. Alright, the beautiful Queen of Coins, the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles is our next one in our chat. You can tell. This is the Tarot of A8. If you can see the backs. She sits there, looks at the earth, and just kind of meditative, chilling like a villain. And it's the Thoth. Also chilling like a villain. And of course, one of my Marseille decks that I've decided to go ahead with this video with, or video series with. All right. And I'm also using my wonderful court card chart for all these train of thoughts, or these court card train of thoughts. And this chart is actually very important when you're talking about personality quirks. What are they most likely to be? And what kind of personality are we talking about when we're talking about the Queen? Or talking about water, talking about the pure elements, which is all, no, it's not that diagonal, it's this diagonal. The purest of the pure elements. Which one are they most compatible with? Which one are they not most compatible with? This kind of chart is essential when we talk about personalities of the courts. And that's why I have my court chart right here. This is Pentacles. That's what we're doing in this kind of series, one after another. It's the Pentacles, the Pages, the Wands, the Cups, the Swords. And when we talk about the Queen of Coins, we're going to talk about queens in general too, and it might be a longer intro just because we're going to talk a little bit about queens. What makes somebody a queen? Remember, all this is gender neutral, everybody. We're talking about gender neutral people. We're not going to label them male or female, even though I might say she and stuff like that. It's really all gender neutral. Enough said with my intro. Let's get on into the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, queens in general are going to be the intuitive people. They're going to be the people that are going to be more in tune with their feelings, very intuitive with the world around them. They're going to probably be more spiritual too, believe it or not. These people are going to be the spiritualists. Anybody with water in their suit or water in their chart, it's going to tend to be more on the spiritual path. They're going to be, okay, I was pointing in the wrong diagonal. Oh, and I was pointing in the other wrong. So, but okay, this is cups. These people are going to be very uber spiritual. The queens and the cup suits are going to be the very spiritual people. These people are going to be the ones that you're going to be your psychics, your card readers, your interested in the physical, not the physical plane, but the spiritual plane and the ascended planes. Even if you are a tarot reader and you don't see yourself being part of this cross right here, have no fear. We're all these people. We are all 16 of these personality types, and we are all part of the grand whole. We won't necessarily be labeled one or the other, even though we're going to lean towards one or the other sometimes in our lives, or in other times in our lives we're going to be the King of Swords or King of Pentacles versus the King of Swords versus the Page of Pentacles. So we're going to be different people in different times in our life. Enough of that intro. Let's get on going. So the queens, these queens, these Page of Queens of Pentacles are going to be emotional or emotions of the physical world. They are going to feel for the physical world. They are feel for the people of the physical world. These people are very heart-filled, but that's the queens in general. Queens in general are going to be very heart-filled, and or waters in general are going to be very heart-filled, and they're all about their emotions. They're all about their feelings. How do I feel when I do this? Or what do I feel when I do this? They're all about that heart. Whereas, you know, the Page of Pentacles earlier today is not going to be from the heart. The Knight of Pentacles is going to be passionate, but he's not necessarily looking for the heart too. But so he's more going to, so unlike the two previous people that or archetypes that we were talking about earlier today, the Queen of Pentacles is going to be a little bit more of what's coming from within, what's coming from within their hearts and how they feel about the world. They feel the emotions of the physical world. They're going to be very empathic. Their natural disaster is probably going to be a mudslide. They wipe the slate clean for somebody else. They will wipe the slate clean. Queens in general are going to gravitate to the medical field. However, the Queens of Coins are always trying to make their world around them physically hospitable. Because they feel so much about the earth or in their physical environment. Yes, queens and water people in general are going to feel very much for the earth, or not water people, but earth. But queens and water personality types are going to also be drawn to being the nurturers, and so they are very nurturing. Queens get emotionally attached, and water people actually get emotionally attached to people. And not just on a physical level, but on a very internal level. They really get attached because it's all about their feelings. It's about their heart. The queens in general are going to these queens in general. Okay. The Queens of Pentacles in general are going to be emotionally attached to somebody physically too. These people are going to be very emotionally attached to somebody physically, meaning that they would wrap themselves around somebody and say, mine. They're going to be that crazy person that always cooks and is cooking for you so you will never leave. And I'll get to that when we get to their personality quirks too. Queens and water types are going to be usually the victims of crimes and abuse. They are going to be the ones that you, unfortunately, you're going to see on the newspaper or on these have you seen my daughter screen, or the poor picture of somebody who died of a tragic crime. The water personality types and queens are going to be very much, they're going to totally, they're going to be the ones that are going to be the victims of abuse, and they're going to be the ones that are victims in general, victims of a crime. Hi, Miss Athena Tarot Journey. We're talking about Queen of Pentacles, and save all questions about the Queen of Pentacles towards the end of the chat, and I'll answer your questions in so that we keep order and conduct within our chat room. And so the only reason why a water personality type or a queen personality type, when we talk about our chart here, is the only reason why they would be driven to murder is if they had enough of the abuse. If they were a victim of abuse and they had enough of it and they don't want anybody, you know, they want it to end. They want their physical pain to end. They want their emotional pain to end. That's the only reason why the queens, more importantly, queens are not, hey, mom, how you doing? Save all questions after the chat. That's why these people are never going to be the murderers, but they will only be driven to murder if they're a victim of a crime or abuse. So yeah, queens in general are survivors. They're emotional survivors. They're going to be the great counselors. They're going to be the spiritual therapists. They can also be addicted to counseling. Queens in general are going to be addicted to getting counseling or receiving counseling. And okay, the Queen of Pentacles, since we've kind of got a generality. All right. Save all questions after the chat. So, careers. What kind of careers would the Queen of Pentacles find themselves into? They're about the feeling and the feeling for the physical world. So these people are going to be the cooks. They're going to be the chefs. They're going to be the home parent, gender neutral. We're in a very gender neutral age, so it doesn't have to be just mother anymore. It could be a home father or a home mother. These people are the caretakers. They're going to be the caretakers of somebody else. They're going to be physicians, but they're going to be physicians on a very emotional level. They're going to be doctors or nurses on a very emotional level. They're going to be very emotionally attached to their patient. These people are going to be in the room. Yes, you could be both. Queen of Pentacles and Swords. You can be more than one. It depends where you fall on the chart. But I'll save all questions after the chat. Okay, and then these people's careers, they're going to be in hospitable environments. They're going to be the hotel people. They're going to be the bed and breakfast kind of people. These people are going to be counselors if they are a survivor of abuse. They would be the tarot readers, the spiritual therapists, and if they are survivors of a certain catastrophic thing in their life. And they will be great nannies. And at one time we had servants, not anymore, but these people would have been the servant archetype too. But the Queen of Pentacles, their key word for the Queen of Pentacles is the comforter. They're the comforters. Queen of Pentacles are the comforter archetype. They want to make sure that you're being comforted. And their personality quirks. It's a dream come true if they have children. These archetypes, it's a dream come true to have kids of their own that they can dote on, because oh my god, what's the best captive audience than to have a million kids, right? One of them will totally be emotionally attached to you too, right? And so the Queen of Pentacles, it's a dream come true to have many kids. These people are probably going to be one that will have more than 10 children and always want their children to live at home with them. And these people are always have somebody living with them, it seems. And I'm going to leave that one to the last bonus. And then they will tend to be cat people. These people will also tend to be cat people. They will not necessarily be dog people, but they will tend to be cat people because they could give a cat food and the cat will be like, yes, you got me food. And you pet a cat and the cat's like, oh yes, I am comforted. And the cat will show that perfect, a cat will show that perfect, I'm being loved and I'm being comforted response that a Queen of Pentacles is kind of needs for their stimulation. These people will be religious. Pentacles and Earth archetypes are all going to be religious in some sort of fashion. Or even water part archetypes are going to be religious in some sort of fashion too. But yeah, these people are going to be traditional because Earth is traditional, and because it has an emotional attachment. They're going to be religion in a traditional way because it gives them an emotional attachment. It's emotionally charged. It's an emotional attachment to that religion. If they had a good feeling with that religion, whether it being Christianity or Hinduism or whatever, they're going to have that emotional attachment to that and sentimentalness about that religion. They would be the best spouse ever. The Queen of Pentacles archetype is the best spouse. They are perfect. These people will have home good catalogs everywhere and cookbooks everywhere. And their favorite TV pastime would probably be HGTV or Food Network. They would love those kind of shows, and they would be the best parent. Also, the Queen of Pentacles would be the best gift giver because they want others because they're emotional and they're physical, so that is like an emotional physical present. They would love to give gifts that come from the heart and make it manifest in the physical plane. So they're the best gift givers archetypes. These people would probably be more homebound though, because they have an emotional, sentimental attachment to their physical world. These people would probably be like a servant archetype. You know, they're always serving food. They're always making their life hospitable because all they need is to see is that beautiful smile on somebody's face. And then that's done. It's done. You've made somebody happy. They're going to stay forever. Yes, that's the Queen of Pentacles archetype. These people might be addicted to soap operas because if they're emotionally attached to a certain character in a soap opera, because it's all about, soap operas are kind of like a drama, but it's also a drama of emotions of the physical world. It's the perfect kind of TV show for these people to dive into. These people would love romantic stories. These people will never watch a horror movie because that's a destruction of the physical body. That's a destruction of the physical world. And these people might like dramas because it represents the physical world, but it also represents a physical world on almost an emotional level. And they will love romance movies. These people are going to cry to a good romantic movie. Queens, archetypes and the cups archetypes are going to cry during a movie. They're going to be just that heartfelt. They feel the characters and they're engaged. Best movie ever, right? So the negatives. Let's talk about some negative sides of the Queen of Pentacles. They're going to be major codependents. They are going to be so codependent that they don't even know what hit them. They're going to be emotional. They will be a basket case. But anybody with a water archetype is going to be a basket case anyways. They are going to always constantly be feeling on the inside. If they don't have any children, God forbid you're their friends, because you'll never be able to leave their house. They will find some reason to make you stay in their house physically. So as soon as somebody decides to leave the house, they will go, Cookie, you stay, and you sit down, you're still captive. These people will be overeaters because they're always trying to fill an emotional void with in the physical world, and they will eat a lot. These people will be major cat people. These people will be the crazy cat ladies. And these people are gonna, like I said before, are the perfect victims to a crime or abuse. And they will also be constantly feeling used. These people would be the alcoholics and drug abusers because it makes them feel better emotionally. Water archetypes are going to be the best drug abusers and alcoholics. And some of the wands and fire personality types too are going to be kind of leaning towards that way too. These people are going to be the hoarders because it makes them feel better in the physical world, having a lot of things in the physical world. They're going to be lazy. They will have unrealistic visions of a Don Juan. They would be the perfect victim to a Knight of Cups. And we will get into personality quirks with interacting with the court cards in a different video, but I will do some fun videos later about personality quirks, what they will, like, who would they most likely be with in another video and things like that. But I would say that they're a best victim to a Knight of Cups. And a Knight of Cups is not necessarily always a great personality, and we will talk about that in a later video. All right, personality quirks again. These people are going to be really good in bed. The Queen of Pentacles. And Pentacles and Earth personalities and pages and on the charts are all going to be good in bed. In the bedroom, let's talk about sex and the court cards. The pages and the Pentacles are all about the physical body and how the physical body feels. They are going to be great in bed. Because the Queen of Pentacles will be the best because they know how to bring that emotional love, that internal love to the physical world, manifest it to the physical world, because they will bring that emotional, heartfelt thing that they feel inside into manifest itself in the physical world. So they will be but there's a negative side to that too, and they would be needing sexual pleasures from others. They will be serial monogamous. They would always jump from relationship to relationship, regardless how nice the person is or how bad the person is. They want that needing that emotional, physical person to be there. So they need that certain person inside. Okay, now we are open to questions in the chat, everybody. We are open to questions. We are open to personal conversations about Queen of Pentacles. And to answer Miss Athena's journey, yes, you could be both a King of Pentacles and it's a King of Pentacles and a Page of Swords all at the same time. I think you missed part of my intro. I am trying to keep my intros short, sweet, and to the point. But I know that I have to have some repetition in my intros too, because not everybody's going to watch every video in the series. Now that the chat is open for questions. And it doesn't always have to be about you. So, there you go. Uh-oh. What did that happen? What happened? Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh. I had a glitch here. You might all have to reboot. Hold on. Having lots of kids. Oh no. The reason why for that is because they want to have the perfect they want to have at least one. Yeah, okay. I had a moment there, Mom. The reason why they would have a lot of kids is because there will be that one person out there. They in their mindset, in their mind's eye, that there's that one person out there that will stay home with them forever. Basically, there's bound to be a child that is just as emotionally attached to them as they are, basically. And so that's kind of what it is. But yeah, anybody could be on the spectrum, and we'll talk about spectrums, core cards and their spectrums later. And I might have to make people comment to me or write to me what would they like to see and what kind of personality interactions with each of these kind of personality types, and what kind of people would be they mostly be, you know, like for example, I think the Queen of Pentacles, the perfect person and for them it would be the Knight of Cups in a way, because they will attract to somebody like a Knight of Cups, because a Knight of Cups is passion and physically passionate, and they're emotional too, so that could cause problems. But they could actually, believe it or not, clash with like a Knight of Pentacles. And if any of you watch my previous live videos, Knight of Pentacles are the activists. Queen of Pentacles are going to be more of the comforter. They're going to be their dream job is going to be a bed and breakfast. They are definitely going to be more into the bed and breakfast kind of job. That would be their dream job, because they always have somebody to serve. Any questions from the chat? Any questions? Any questions? I'll give a few minutes for the chat to give questions. What's my favorite color? It's red. Red is my favorite color. Okay. Since I'm not really seeing anybody else popping up with a question on the chat that is relevant to the topic. Sorry, Mom. I'm going to have to start booting off here and try to get some Z's in before my daughter comes on home, because it's all right. We're all on the spectrum. Althena's journey and Mom. We will talk about your card later. So yeah, it's one of those things that we are all on a spectrum. We're not gonna necessarily be favoriting to be on one versus the other versus one versus the other. So yeah. Since we're all on a spectrum, there we are. Unfortunately, I'm going to start booting off here because I got my daughter coming home here in about another 3 hours, and I was going to take a nap because it's also been one of those days. And my next card or my next live stream will be the Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles. And he will be the politician. And we'll talk about him in the next live stream whenever I do. The reason why I've been doing several live streams today is, one, to keep organization, to keep a certain topic. And then also, I am also trying to just knock some of these out of the park because I don't have so much open time like what we have today for some of these kind of live chat topics. But I am going to be going. I love you all. Blessed be.